Hi there, it's Dr. E or Dr. Shauna Ishins coming to you from the desert and the mountain. Check it out. Hopefully that sun doesn't blind you here. But it is a beautiful, much cooler day in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area. And I'm taking advantage to give you an analogy of this. This is a picture of the 6 horses, also known as the 6 secrets to cure. And for those watching right now, I have a new headset here. Would you give me a thumbs up or a little message if you can hear? Okay, thank you. So I want to chat a little bit more about this picture because there's many people out there struggling, and really it's not that difficult when we focus on the body and work with the body. So this is the photo I want to show you, which is why I am at the mountain. So as it's titled, The 6 Horses. Oh, turn off my alarm there. Thank you, Dr. Henry Lindlar, and thank you to Isla Feist for the illustration and Dr. Henry Lindlar for this concept. But as you can see at the top, that summit that we're all striving for, hopefully, there is clear, pristine water, fresh air, and you reach the summit. Down here, I don't know if you can see because it's very murky, but it's kind of like at this mountain here. There's porta potties at the bottom and rubbish and some smells that you may not want to deal with. The water is very dirty, toxic. And that's what I want to talk about is these 6 horses, how they can bring you up that mountain. Because anytime we're working with just 1 or 2 or 3 of the horses, then think about it. If you're being pulled in a carriage, hi Susan, if you're being pulled in a carriage, is it going to be as effective if a few of the horses are taking a snack or a snooze? Of course not. You want all of that horsepower to get you up that mountain as quickly and efficiently as possible. And so that's why for a vitalistic naturopathic physician, we have to focus on all 6 horses. So what are those 6 horses? The first one is exactly what you see here. Establish normal surroundings and habits in accordance with nature's laws. It is impossible to have ideal health, physical or mental emotional, if you are cooped up in a dark home. This could be home office, no windows, no fresh air, no time in nature, constantly being bombarded by the EMF of phone and computer. That is not a recipe for health. So that's one of the horses that we have to focus on and address. Another one is economize or stimulate the vital force. That might sound woo-woo to those of you who've never worked with a naturopathic physician before, but really there's many different words for this. Keep it simple. It could be chi or prana or yan, but basically it's stimulating the energy inside of you that promotes healing. So if you are one of those people that gets knocked down, is very susceptible to illness or dis-ease, and gets knocked down by stressors for any length of time, versus somebody who is not very susceptible, they're the person who is around sick people but doesn't get sick. If they do get sick, they may mount a high fever and break through quickly and recover quickly. That's what we're trying to do, stimulate the vital force so you are more vibrant and healthy overall. And the goal with a good physician is they're getting you to a place where you don't have to depend on them. That seems like poor business, but I love it. I'm helping my patients get to that point where they have the tools to heal, they know what sets them off balance, and they can continue to thrive. Another of one of the horses is to build up and supply the blood with its natural constituents in the right proportions. So an example of this, think about if you have iron deficient anemia, and there are so many women, I see you in the office, you've been struggling for years and your doctor has not found it or diagnosed it, and you're struggling with fatigue and headaches and so many other issues, you can take all of the B12 or caffeine or get your 12 hours of sleep and take naps. It's not going to make a lick of difference if you are deficient in iron. You need iron. Same goes true for any nutrient. We need to build up the blood and give it what it needs so you can heal and thrive. Promote the elimination of waste material and poisons without injuring the body is the fourth horse or secret. What this means is we can't hide from all the toxicants out there. I call this fresh air, but Phoenix, we really have quite toxic air. And I'm going to get out in nature. I'm going to experience life. And so my goal is to work on the internal pathways, detox pathways, to stimulate those to, if you watched a different video about buckets or conveyor belts, that talks about that, speeding up the detox pathways. So I'm not overburdened and overwhelmed with toxicants, whether that is heavy metals or pollutants or pesticides or even toxic and negative thoughts. There's plenty of that going around right now, right? So we need to promote eliminating that without injuring the body. You can go through some really heavy detoxes that actually do more harm than good. We don't want to do that. We want to work on long-term healing. The fifth one is correcting mechanical lesions or concerns. If you have headaches or migraines and you have a vertebral subluxation or you're out of alignment, let's say in your cervical vertebrae here, you can take all the butterbur or turmeric or ideal diet that you want, and you may still continue to have those headaches or migraines because the cause has not been addressed. If you need an adjustment or trigger point therapy or some sort of physical manipulation, that's what you need to cure. You need to address that horse to get up that mountain of health. And last but not least, promote the highest degree of consciousness for personal accountability, effort, and self-help. Honestly, this is one of my hardest jobs and also a reason that I have converted my model and I now interview patients before agreeing to work with anybody to see if we're a good fit. Because it is such a pleasure to work with people who are motivated and invested and they're ready to put in as much work and effort as I am into their diet, their lifestyle. But I don't care how much of an expert a physician is, or you can have the most amazing treatment plan and diet and everything. But unless you are invested to put in as much work to get up that mountain and help those 6 horses, give it the 6th horse needed, then you'll always be lagging behind. So there has to be that personal desire, that personal accountability, that personal awareness. And if somebody chooses to keep the toxic relationships in their life and eat the toxic food and go to bed at midnight and wake up at 5 a.m., then you're not going to have the 6 horses working in your favor. So hopefully this made some sense, or a lot of sense. That's my preference. And any questions you can comment below. And yeah, that's the 6 horses. That is what we do as vitalistic naturopathic physicians. So thanks for tuning in. I'll give you one more shot here of the gorgeous, let me turn it around, the gorgeous scenery here. Although, I don't know, it's all about perspective. We may have horses, but there's no flowing water, snowy mountaintops, not much green, or at least lush green. But there's your view for today. So thanks for tuning in. Comment with any questions below. Yes, so very true, Susan. Thanks for listening and chiming in. Have a great one. Bye-bye.